Hey everyone, my name is Daniel, and I'm excited to announce that Copilot Studio's multi-agent feature has finally arrived. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through both the scenarios step by step. First, I'll show you how to build multiple child agents. Then, how to take your existing agents and add them together. So stick around because this video is very important to take your agent building skills to the next level. But first, here's my intro video. So in case you're not aware, the announcement of this multi-agent capability was actually made in Microsoft Build less than a month ago. And if you're interested, here is the website. I've put the link below. It is the book of news of the Microsoft Build for 2025. And when you come over here to the table of contents, Copilot Studio, new features help makers build much better agents. If you click on it, the first thing it shows you right over here is the support for multiple agent systems. This is so important that I even called that out in my top 5 announcements of Microsoft Build. By the way, I've taken this link and put in that in the description below as well. All right, so now let's go into the Copilot Studio and let me walk you through the 2 scenarios. And you're right, there are actually 2 scenarios. All right, so first, let me actually set the scene. I want to go ahead and build an agent that will go ahead and pull all information about Lego stuff. And I want to build multiple agents such that one agent will focus purely on Lego parts, the other one on Lego colors, another one on minifigs, and then finally the entire Lego sets. So for each of the scenarios, I want to set up some child agents. Does it make sense? All right, so let's go and start creating our first main agent. All right, so I'm going to come over here. I'm going to call this as a new agent, select that. I'm going to go straight and click on skip to configure. For this agent, I'll go and call it as a multi-agent demo. I'll leave everything blank for now, and I'll just go and click on create. It is going and getting created. We are directly coming into the studio, and here you see agents. Now, in case you don't see it on your site, come over here to the URL. See how I've actually added preview between the Copilot Studio and the Microsoft? Do that on your site. Give it a shot because you may not immediately see agents. However, if you add the preview, it should show up on your site as well. All right. It's an important tidbit. All right, so now that I actually come to the agents, and if I click on the plus add, these are the options that we see. Now the Azure AI Foundry and the Microsoft 365 Agents SDK, they are still coming soon, all right? Soon to arrive, we have to wait over here. But the 2 that we see are the child agents, also described as a lightweight agent, and all the available agents in your environment. So let's start with the first one, all right? So I'm gonna click on this create an agent. Now, this will go ahead and build its own child agent. So for the child agent's first name, I'm going to change that to Lego Colors Agent. I'll also go and give it a little description. I'll say this agent will provide information of Lego colors. Lego colors, all right? That's good. For the instructions, I'm going to give it very specific instructions. I've said, ask the end user the color and if they're interested in a part or minifigure or set. If the user also provides a color, then search through the parts, minifigures, and sets. Provide the end user all the information you can find. Again, this is all through natural language that I've gone ahead and put over here. But for this scenario, I'm just going to go and put in my knowledge. And my knowledge comes from this website that I use a lot. It's called rebreakable.com. You've actually seen me reference that in a whole bunch of other videos as well. It's the exact same thing. And you can have full access to that as well. That child agent I'm building is purely for colors. So right over here under parts, I'm going to click on part colors and then grab this URL. Doing a control C. Let's come back over here. And now under the knowledge, when I go and click on the add, I'll go to public websites. I'll paste the link over here. I'll click on add. Yeah, I'm sure I'll go and confirm that as well. And I'll go and click on add over here. So that way our knowledge is added. All right. And if you're interested, we can do a really quick test over here. I'll just go and say, give me all the information about Lego parts that are red in color, right? I'll just hit that. It immediately comes over here to the activity map. It is saying that, hey, it is actually searching through the resources. It's telling me what resource we have, which is that URL, and it pulls all this information. So we did a quick test and we know that this works. So that is how I went ahead and added my first agent. So when I come back over here on the agent, oh yeah, I need to go and save that as well. So I'll just X out over here first. I'll click on save because this Lego Colors agent actually needs to be saved first. So now if I go out one step, here is our first child agent. And it makes it very clear because you see under the relationship, it says that this is of a type child. And for each of the child also, you have the option to go ahead and enable it or disable it. Pretty neat functionality because this can help from a troubleshooting standpoint in the future. So let's go and add a few more, right? I'm going to come back over here to add an agent. I'm going to say create an agent because that's the lightweight agent that we are building. Selected, came over here. I'm going to rename this one to Lego minifigure agent. For this one's description, I'm going to give it something very similar we did for the color ones, saying this agent will provide the information of Lego minifigures, look for the minifigures in the knowledge, and then provide information found to the end user. So you guessed it, the next thing I have to do is actually add my knowledge. So I'll come over here to plus add, I'll go to my public websites, and I got to go get my URL. So let's go back to this rebreakable.com, and under sets, there is something called find my minifigs. So I'll select that one. The URL changed, so let me select that, do a Control C, go back over here into the studio, and I'll go and paste it. Now I'll go and click on add, yes, I'll confirm, and I'll add it. So now our knowledge is also added. Once it's here, let's do another test. All right, so let me just go and clear this off, and I'll go and say, provide me information about Batman minifigs, all right? So again, same thing in the activity map, it is telling me it's in progress. In this case, it'll directly go and search in our sources, but something happened over here. It went and searched it through both of them. You notice that? Well, I'll show you again. If you go to see more over here, and if you scroll down, it went and searched it through both of them. And that's a very important point that you need to understand, is that for even though each of these child agents, we added only a single knowledge, when it comes to actually interacting with the agent, it will reference all of them at the same time, not individually. Make sense? Good. All right, so let's go and keep building it. All right, so I'm going to come out over here, back to our agent place. Yes, I'll say don't leave because I want to go and save it. We'll go and actually add 2 more child agents. So I'll come back outside over here. And then the next one that I'm going to do is Lego part number agent. In its description, I'll go and put this agent will provide information of Lego parts. End user will provide the Lego part number. Scroll down over here. Instructions is very similar to what we've done before. I'll just go and paste it. It says request the end user the part number, look for the part number in the knowledge, provide the information found to the end user. And you guessed it, we actually have to add the knowledge. So when I come back over here, in the parts, there is something called as find parts. When I click on it, the URL gets updated. So let me just select that, do a Control C. Let's go back into our agents. And in the knowledge, when I click on that, I'll go and click on public websites, paste the link, add. Sure, I'll give it confirmation. Click on add. Let me go and save it this time first. That'll save me a step in the future. And also let's do another test. I'll go and clear this off. And I'm going to say, provide me information about Lego part number 3031. All right. Takes me directly into the activity map, which is becoming my personal favorite. Shows me that the agent we're looking at is a Lego part agent. This time it's hitting all 3 of those knowledge sources. Remember, when previously it was only 2, but now that we've added another one, it references all 3 of them, which can kind of be useful to us because everything is referenced. It doesn't miss anything. And in this case, it picked it all up. It went through all of it, got me the Lego part information very clearly, and that it is correct. It is a Lego plate 4x8. It has 4 studs wide, all of that. So it pulled in the correct information I want. Let's go and add 1 more of those agents, all right? I'm going to come back over here, go outside, go to add an agent, click on create an agent, which again is the lightweight version. And this one is going to be the Lego sets agent. Its description is going to be, the agent will provide information about Lego sets. End user can provide information about the Lego set name or number. All right? Instructions, very similar to what we just had about the parts as well. It says, ask end user for the name or number of the Lego set. Look for the set information in the knowledge. Provide the end user information found from the knowledge, all right? So the last thing is we have to actually add the knowledge. So I'll click on add. I'm going to use public website. Let's go to rebreakable.com. And in the sets, I'll select find sets. So now I can grab that URL, Control C. Let's go back into the Copilot Studio, paste it here, click on add. Sure, I'll confirm that from the owner side. And I'll go and click on add over here. Our knowledge will be added. And this time I'll go and click on save as well. I'll say provide me information about Harry Potter Hogwarts Castle. All right, I think I spelled that correctly, but it should be smart enough to know that. It is going and searching through this. All of it is looking through. This time, all 4 of those knowledges will be looked at. And there you go. It actually looked it up over here in the query, which means any second now I should get the answer over here. So it's giving me all the information. There's actually 3 different sets that are available, and it provides me information on all of that. So now we've successfully gone and created 4 of our child agents. Let's do a test from an entire agent standpoint. So to do that, I'm going to click on Overview over here, because we've got all our agents. And if you notice, I deliberately left my instructions blank. Why? Because I wanted to first go and create all my child agents, know what their names are, and then I can actually provide more detail. So I'm going to paste everything first so I don't make any mistakes. And here we go. Let's read that. It says, this agent will provide the end users information about Lego part numbers, minifigs, and sets. For information about part numbers, use the Lego part number agent. For information about minifigures, use the Lego minifig agent. You get what I'm saying over here? Whatever was the actual agent that you use, give it the name over here. Also, if you noticed, this one doesn't have a save button. It automatically goes and does any saving. Other interesting things is, see these last 2 scenarios. I say, if user wants to know all the sets that includes a part number, then ask the user for the part number first, use the Lego part number agent first, and then use the Lego sets agent. So this way we can go and grab all the information in one shot, and in the back end, all those child agents are actually talking to each other. All right, so let's do another set of tests over here. I'll go and clear this off, and let me throw some really interesting questions at it. The first one I'm going to say is, provide me a Lego Ninjago set that has red color parts. You see what I'm doing over here? Now I'm actually asking it to search for sets and also the color. So let's see what happens. I'll go and click on enter. It is searching. The activity map comes up over here. So the first thing we hit is the Lego colors agent. And over here, it goes and searches through all of the resources. But it's still going. The Lego color agent was the first one that it picked. After that, it went and got the Lego sets agent. This is the beauty of all the child agents talking to each other. And it all happened automatically. The only thing that we did was give it really good instructions like the way I just showed you. And in the back end, all of this is automatically happening. Let's actually see the answers it gave, all right? Because once again, our question we asked was, provide me a Lego Ninjago set that has red color parts. And it did. And it specifically gave me all of these sets. There's a mini temple one, there's a Ninjago red pencil case, and so on and so forth. And if you ever want to see what it is, go ahead and click on it. It'll open up on that tab, and it just shows all this information right over here. See? Pretty awesome. Again, all of this is these child agents talking to each other. Want to do one more test? All right, let's try this, all right? I don't know if it's going to work. We'll see. I'll just go and clear this one off. Ask over here very specifically is, provide me all the sets that have parts with gold color, all right? That's the only criteria. So I'm going to go and enter over here. It is searching in the activity map. Right now, it is in progress. So the first agent that came up, the child agent, is the Lego colors agent. It is going and pulling all this information. Next, it is still in progress. So let's see what happens, all right? In progress. Oh, and it came up over here. It is the Lego part number agent. And look, now that it is finished, it actually shows you everything that it did. In here, it went and called 3 child agents: the Lego color agent, the Lego part number agent, and the Lego sets agent. And once again, the question that we asked was a very simple one. I said, provide me all the sets that have parts with gold color. Just to answer that simple question, it went ahead and talked to 3 different child agents. I mean, isn't this awesome? So little work was done by us, but automatically it just figures out all of this using the child agents in the back end. So this is how child agents work. Now let's go through the second scenario. All right, so here I already have some fully built agents. And I'll give you some example. The Lego parts agent, the Lego sets agent, Lego minifigs, and the Lego colors. You see, previously I had them as child agents, but over here I have them as full-blown agents. So what I'm going to do is now build another agent, but in that agent, I'm going to call these existing standard agents. Standard means they're already fully built and ready. Let's go through that scenario. So initially, it has to be the exact same thing, all right? I'm going to come over here. I'm going to click on a new agent. I'll go straight to skip to configure, and I'll go ahead and call this as a Lego demo 2 agent, whatever, all right? and I'll just make sure that everything is good. Yep, I even got the preview on the URL. So I'll just go and click on create right now, right? Because we want to go straight into the studio and start the configuring. So let it go and finish setting up this agent. And once that is done, we'll go into the agents directly. All right, cool. So we're directly in over here just to make sure it is all loading. Cool, it is completed. Important thing I want to call out is that for these multi-agents to work, you have to have the orchestration turned on. If this is disabled, you do not have the options to use multi-agents, all right? Just thought I'll call that out. Okay, so now when I come over here to agents, I'm going to click on plus add an agent. This time, we're going to go for the option at the bottom, all right? It says select from available agent in this environment. Important point, right now, this is how it works. Your other agents have to be in the same environment. You cannot go and pull them from any other environment, all right? Very, very important point to note. And it'll show you over here, all right? When I click over here, these are all the agents that are available in this environment. But did you notice something? I see the Lego parts agent, but I also want the Lego minifigs, the Lego set agents, the colors one. They're all grayed out, which means I can't select them. And why is that? Well, let's zoom in a little bit. You see the one that is available has been published. The other ones, it says will be available if you go and publish it. And in this case, the Lego minifigs agent is not published. The Lego sets agent is not published. So that is one of the most important prerequisite is you've got to make sure it is published. So let me go and do that first, right? Let me X out over here and go to all these other three ones and publish them as well. So let's at least do one together. The Lego minifigs agent, it shows it's not published. That's fine. Let's go back over here, go outside. The Lego minifigs agent, you see it has never been published. That's why it says never. So I'll go back to the Lego minifigs agent, go in there, and I'll go and click on publish. It'll say published, click on publish again. And now it says, feel free to close this window. Your agent will keep publishing in the background. So for something like this, we just have to wait. So let that finish. Awesome. So the agent has successfully been published. So now if I go back over here into the agents, this is the demo 2 that we just created. Go back in over here, go to my agents, click on add an agent, click on Copilot Studio for available agents, and I should see both of them. Perfect. So let me select that one. It's only one at a time. And I know it happens so fast, but it does do a verification. After that, it goes and pulls all the instructions. After that, it gives me some details. Hey, that this agent's description is so-and-so, its instructions and so-and-so, but it also gives this very important point that you need to be aware of. It says, pass conversation history to this agent. Because you could start the conversation at a high level and then you need to pass it on to this agent or from one agent to the other agent. And it's just bringing that to your attention because it says, hey, if you are not comfortable with this, deselect it. Why? Because deselect to prevent conversation history, including potentially sensitive information being passed between agents. So it's giving you that option for you to make that informed decision, all right? Pretty neat, but in this case, I need it checked. So I'm just going to go and select that as it. So I'm just going to go leave that as is, and I'll go and click on add agent. So once this part is finished, so right over here, the relationship now is connected. Remember when we were building the child flows, it specifically said child flows, but in this case, it just says connected. But over here also, you have the option to enable it or disable it, and which is very helpful. Why? For troubleshooting. So we went and added one of them. Let's go and add the remaining 4 as well. Same process. I'll go and click on add an agent, click on Copilot Studio, click on the Lego parts agent, verifying, everything looks good. Click on add an agent. Cool, 2 of them are done. Let me go and add the remaining 2. So I come back to agents, I'll click on plus add an agent, Copilot Studio, and now the only 2 that are left is the Lego sets agent and the Lego colors agent. So it's pretty neat. The 2 that are remaining are the Lego sets agent and the Lego colors agent. The others that we already selected are no longer over here. And I really like that because it avoids any end user mistakes that we might make. All right, so I'll just select the first one, Lego sets agent, verifying the connection. I'll leave everything as is. I'll click on add an agent. Cool, 3 are done. Let's go get that last one, all right? Selected, Copilot Studio one, and over here is the final one, the Lego colors agent. Selected that one, verifying the connection, everything looks good. Add an agent. And there you go. All 4 of them have been added and their relationships are all connected. These are not child agents, all right? They're connected. So let's do another test, all right? I'm going to try to replicate the same test we did before. The first one is for the first one, I put something like this. It said, provide me a Lego Ninjago set that has red color parts. Go and click on that enter over here. Now let's see how the activity works. The first thing is it is in progress. So it went to the Lego Colors agent, got information from its resource. It also went to Lego Sets agent, and over there it is also in progress. More than likely it's pulling information from its knowledge as well. But there you go, it said complete. Here is the outcome, the description and the summary, but on the right is the actual answer. It says here are some Lego Ninjago sets that feature red color parts. So it works very similar to what we even had for the child flows, but the big difference over here is that these two were fully standalone agents. They were already built and we just went there and leveraged it. All right, let's also do that second scenario. All right, so let me just go and clear this off. And the question that I'm going to ask over here is provide me all the parts with red color. Activity map. All right, so it went to the Lego parts agent first. It's going and pulling some information over there. It went to the Lego colors agent. All right, so we saw that before too. So it's still running. It's pulling all this information. It tells me what the input is. It tells me what the output is. And now it's saying it is completed. So this is pretty neat. And it does resemble close to some of the activity we saw on the child agents. And just to confirm, here is the actual question we asked. It says, provide me all the parts with red color. It says, and the agent says, here is a list of Lego parts available in various shades of red, including these part numbers and categories. It's giving me dark red, HO dark red, pearl red, so on and so forth. Really neat, detailed description. All of it was done with these agents talking to itself. Wasn't that awesome? So the one thing that you have to decide for yourself is which of these options should I go in? Because if you created child agents, each of those child agents cannot be used outside that multi-agent scenario. However, if you know for sure that there is going to be this one agent that I'm going to do a wash, rinse, and repeat in other multi-agent scenarios, then yes, build that powerful standard agent all by itself and then use that in other multi-agent scenarios. That is something you will have to decide for yourself because you've got these two options. Hopefully this video was useful to you. Hopefully you also get as excited as I did because now it opens up a whole different level of possibilities to have these agents talk to itself. And as always, keep using Copilot Studio. Hey, if you have a few seconds, can you click on that like button and even consider subscribing it? Because it's just 2 easy clicks for you, but boy, it makes a big difference for me. Also, if you don't mind, can you put in a comment below? Because that really boosts this video up to reach a higher audience. And once again, thank you for watching this video.